Hey friends, this is Keith Ellison, Minnesota Attorney General, your people's lawyer, and welcome back to Scam Stopper. Today I want to talk about contract for deed. Contract for deed, what is it? It is a contract that the buyer pay the seller a certain amount over a course of time to buy the house. Here's the thing, with a mortgage, if the buyer falls behind on the mortgage, there's a whole set of laws that can protect that buyer from foreclosure, from losing the house. On the other hand, with contract for deed, if the buyer falls behind or defaults or can't pay 1 month or something, then the seller can cancel the contract, keep the house, get it back, and keep every payment the buyer made up till then. And on top of that, contracts for deed tend to last between 3 and 10 years, which is generally shorter than a mortgage, and often have a large balloon payment at the end. When the buyer can't make that large payment, the seller can cancel the contract, keep the money and the house, and leave the buyer with nothing, nada. In this situation where these vulnerabilities exist, obviously some people are going to scam. I don't want to be suggesting to you that everybody who's offering a house on contract for deed is a scammer. That's not true, and we should be clear that that's not true. But some are. Some sellers hide the balloon payment requirement from buyers, which can force buyers to default when they're unprepared for such a large payment. And the seller then takes back the house, looks for another buyer, and runs the same scheme. They hope that the buyer can't make those obligations, because they just keep on selling the same house over and over and over again, which I believe is wrong and illegal. If you're buying a house on a contract for deed, make sure that you, number one, know whether there's a large balloon payment, when it's due, and how much you need to save so that you could make that. Number two, ensure that the home isn't in foreclosure. Some people do contract for deeds on houses that are in foreclosure. Three, if you think you're running into a scam, call my office right away at 651-296-3353. Don't do this thing alone, and understand that yes, there are some great ethical people who do contract for deed. And then there's some other folks. If you happen to be a victim of the other ones, you give us a call. Thank you very much.